What's up everyone? This is Lolmazter here and welcome to part 2 of the Mega Man 3 Let's Play. And in the last part we did defeat the 4th of the 8 Robot Masters. And in this part we are going to attempt to take on the other last 4. And this time around I'm going to go after Snake Man. Snake Man has been one of my favorite Robot Masters, or I mean one of my favorites, and one reason is because of the design of the stage. As you may whoa, didn't expect that. Whoa. Here we have some snake enemies, and yeah, you can see that this stage is very snake based. And I'm going to take that out. Here I can show you why top mass ability is not worthless. You can use it not on these enemies though, but on these, no problem. You can use it. You can't use it on the snakes though, so it is quite limited on what enemies you can use the top spin on. But on some enemies, it is actually really useful to use this weapon. And some more snake dudes here. And here we have a giant snake. Now, when you're dealing with him, you really want to be as far away as possible, because if you stand here, it will be harder for you to jump and such. But it's not that big of a deal. Here we have a helicopter for some reason and more snakes, because this is Snake Man stage. Why wouldn't it be snakes? It wouldn't be Snake Man without the snake-based stage. And here we have some more dudes. I'll take you out. Whoa! Hey, here we have another hammer yo. Here we got, whoa, a large energy and extra life. Thanks for that. Yeah, those boxes that you saw there, the question mark boxes, they basically give you a random item. And for random items, that was actually quite good, in fact. But now we are gone. They don't respawn. Here we have another snake dude. You can kill him very easily with the hard knuckle, in fact. The hard knuckle is very slow firing, but it does a huge amount of damage, so that is... I think you can kill these enemies with top mass ability as well. Indeed you can. And here you can see why top mass ability is not worthless. You just need to use it on the right enemies, but I can at least agree that it is not a good weapon. For bosses at least. And I will show you why later. And now, for some reason, we are at the sky, climbing ladders. And I also really like this stage music, along with Sparkman's music. I really like this stage music they have done, and I also really like the stage in general. I also like Snake Man's design, to be honest. And here we have some weird enemies, cloud enemies, that are covered by a missile. Or bullet bill, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna take that out. And here we are at the boss. Going fairly decently actually. And now, Snake Man he will run from screen to screen and over, but he is also not that hard. He will shoot snakes here now and then, but the thing that makes him really easy and predictable is that he always uses the same movement every time on the screen. So the trick to deal with him is always be at the middle on the platform when he is approaching you, because then you just need to jump over him and you are completely safe. And the snakes that he shoots aren't that hard to deal with either. Really easy to dodge. So Snake Man is also one of the more easy boss in this game. He's almost as easy as Man and Top Man. I wouldn't call him the easiest though, because one thing that can be tricky to dodge is at the start of the fight, when you have to slide under him. As you can see, I did manage to pull it off by sliding under him at the start of the battle, and that can sometimes be tricky to dodge. But I still managed to do it, so that went really good. Stage select. And now I'm going to choose Middleman. Middleman. And here we have some we are basically in a city. We are basically in a city with these hedgehogs that are shooting spikes at you. I'm going to change position. There we go. And here we have a cannon that are shooting balls at you. And I'm going to be honest, this is probably one of my least favorite stages in this game. I don't know why. I don't find the stage design really interesting, and I don't really like the music so that much. This is probably the only stage in this game where I don't really like the design and music of it. So I don't think it is a bad stage per se, but I find it kind of dull and underwhelming. So yeah, not one of my favorites. And here we have some needles. They are not instant kill, but they can still do quite a bit of damage if you get hit by them. And one thing I find very surprising with Needleman is he is called Needleman, right? So you expect a lot of spikes, needles, and so on and so on. And you know, guess what? Guess what? There aren't any depth spikes in this stage. And what kind of decision is that? Have a guy called Middleman and have not any depth spikes whatsoever? Well, kinda weird fact in that. And here we are already at the boss. These stages are going really fast and smooth. And one thing I should mention before going on, some people think that Needleman is the hardest boss in this game of the all 8 Lolmazters, and truth be told, I don't agree with that. And I will show you why. Now, I'm not. He can still be quite challenging because of his speediness. And whoa, didn't expect that. He will shoot needles at you and jump at you randomly. And he will sometimes launch his spike heads at you. Whoa! Didn't expect that. But yeah, he shoots needles at you. And, well, that's it. That's all it is to it. I have seen Roa Mifril's, and I'm a big fan of him. He does Mega Man Perfect runs. And he thought... he thinks that Middleman is really, really difficult. He even gave him 10 out of 10. And in my opinion, I don't agree with that. He is not as hard as you think. Yeah, he can sometimes be sometimes unpredictable because the way he jumps, he always jumps randomly and such. But the needles he shoots are fairly predictable and easy to dodge. You just need to lure them around. So if you know how to deal with Middleman, he isn't that hard as some people might think he is. Like, I have beaten him no damage several times before. I didn't do it this time because, well, didn't cut it hard enough. But I have beaten him several times, no damage. So I don't find him as hard that some people make him out to be, even though I took some damage that fight. But yeah, just wanted to cover that up. And now I have saved 2 Lolmazter for last. And the reason I saved these 2 is because, in my opinion, those 2 are actually my favorite Lolmasters in this game. And we're going to start off with Shadow Man. And I really like Shadow Man because of his... I like his boss fight. And, well, that was bad. Thank you for the 1-up though. I really liked his boss design. And I really liked the fight with him. His stage is... alright. His stage is alright in my opinion. But I really like to fight Shadow Man. And you will see why. And here we have another welcome from Proto Man. How are you, Proto Man? Why do you want to fight against me? I have done anything to you. I mean, I know we don't get along sometimes, but we are still brothers, right? So why do you fight me? I haven't done anything to you. Well, get away. And this stage is supposed to resemble... I think it is supposed to resemble lava or something floating down. And the reason it's going dark right now is because these light balls over the top are preventing the lights. But you can destroy them if you can get up there. As I will show you here. There we go. And here we have some grenade guys that explodes when you're shooting at them. So yeah. Here we have some frog enemies. And these guys, I don't know what these guys are supposed to be called, but they are there. They are not that hard to kill. You just need to be careful jumping around though, because they do have quite a large hitbox, so you have to be careful so you don't get hit by them, because they can easily knock you back into the lava. And here we have some mosquitoes, and we are already at the boss. And if you thought Needleman was the more difficult, well, I consider the Shadow Man more difficult, because he is much more unpredictable and random. Now, he only has 2 attacks. He will either slide at you, or shoot Shadow Blades at you. He will jump like 3 times, and then decides if he wants to use Shadow Blade or slide at you. And it is always random what he's going to do, so you can't really predict him. The best thing is to stay as far from him as possible, so you have more room to predict. And yeah, that attempt didn't go all that well. So yeah, I considered Shadow Man much more difficult than Needleman. So, well, that was bad. So what you need to do, as you can see here, try to stay far away from him as possible. Well, you didn't expect he was going to do that. Damn it. And yeah, there we go. Whew, that was close. Yeah. If you're far away from him, you have time to react what he's going to do. But if he's closing in on you, you basically have to guess what he's going to do, because it is always random when he decides to either slide or use Shadow Blade. And speaking of Shadow Blade, we also got the Shadow Blade, which is one of the best weapons in this game, in fact. And now we have only 1 Robot Master left, and I saved my favorite for last, which is, you guessed it, Gemini Man. And truth be told, Gemini Man is probably my favorite, my absolute favorite Robot Master of all the classic Mega Man series. I really like his boss fight, I really like his design, and I also really like his stage. So, he's probably my favorite Robot Master of all the classic Mega Man games. So that's why I shaded him for last. And here we have some lanterns that shoots fireballs at you. We also have penguins for some reason. I'm not actually sure what this stage is supposed to resemble. I think this stage is supposed to resemble the North Pole or something. It feels like an icy area, but even if this is an icy area, it is not slippery like it was on the Iceman stage. So that's one thing, and we get another whistle from Proto Man. Hi there. Well, thank you. This time he helped us instead of... and we got the extra life there. Nice. This time around he actually helped us instead of, you know, fighting us. So that's really nice. And here we are under the water, I think. Even though it is in the water, you can see here, we can jump higher or anything. And here we have some eggs, and if you shoot the eggs, fish are spawning, as you can see here. And it is one good thing, because you can basically farm a lot when killing these fishes, because there's a lot of them. So if you want to farm for items and such, go ahead. But I'm not going to do that, that just wastes time. And here we have a penguin enemy that shoots more penguins from his chest. Kind of weird enemy that. Here we have another one. And now we are coming to the water area. You can't get up there, so you have to use the rust coil. Once again. And one thing I might show off, there are more Rush versions on this game. So I may as well show off the Rust Marine. With the Rust Marine you can basically have a submarine that you can drive around the water. That's quite useful, but now I need to change back because we can't approach anymore. And I will show you why. Let's change to Megabuster. And more mosquitoes. This part can be quite intense, so I need to concentrate, but there we go. And a free E-tank for you. Here we have some more frogs. And hey, you can do that. And now we are at the boss. And look at this flashy background. I like this flashiness, as you can see here. And as you can see as Mega Man, he kind of blends in to the background, as you can see here. Quite fancy that. I'm going to use E-tank because we have 4 of them, and well, let's start off with the boss with full health. And I may mention that when I was a kid, Gemini Man was really challenging for me. But now that I got more used to him, he is not that difficult. What he does is, as you can see here, he will jump across the screen and create a clone of himself because he is called Gemini Man, you know. And he will only jump across the screen with his clones in the same pattern every time. And he will shoot at you as well, but only if you shoot as well. So take that to an advantage. But you really need to time it better. After a set amount of damage to him, when he is at health, the clone will disappear. And now he will run towards the screen and shoot Gemini lasers, which is his signature weapon. And one thing to keep in mind is that every time you shoot, he will jump. So that's one thing to take advantage. Whoa. And you really need to be careful, because he does a lot of damage. But yeah, he's not all that tricky to deal with, if you know how to deal with him. But I remember as a kid I had so much trouble with Gemini Man, because at that time I couldn't figure out his pattern. But now that I do, he's not that hard to deal with. He can still be some challenging, because he does a lot of damage. And now that we defeated all the 8 Robot Masters, and we got Gemini Man's weapon, Gemini Laser, now that we completed everything, what is this? 4 new robots that is revisiting Spark Mass, Gemini, Shadow, and Middleman stage? Well, we should check that out in the next part, because I'm going to cut this part here and out. So yeah, see you guys in the next part. We will take on these 4 weird new robot masters. So yeah, see you guys then.